You ever sit down for a second and immediately feel the urge to grab your phone? Like, not because you want to, it's just automatic. You unlock it and scroll for a bit and close it, and then open it again 5 seconds later. No reason, no goal, just something to fill the space. And if you actually try to sit there in silence, it just feels weird, almost uncomfortable, like your brain is itching for something. That feeling right there, that's what we're talking about today. Because most people don't realize it, but we trained ourselves to need constant stimulation at all times. And I don't mean we like it, I mean we completely depend on it. Every empty moment gets filled. Waiting in line, phone, eating, video, driving, music, or a podcast. Even when we're trying to sleep, we always put something playing in the background. We don't give our brains a break anymore. And over time, that changes how we feel, how we think, and honestly, how we experience life. So in this video, I want to talk about something simple, but kind of uncomfortable. How to stop needing to be constantly stimulated, not by quitting everything overnight, but by slowly getting your brain back to a place where it doesn't need noise to feel okay anymore. Let's start with what's actually happening. Your brain is built to adapt. Whatever you do repeatedly, it gets used to. So if you're constantly feeding it stimulation, fast videos, scrolling, switching between apps, music, and other notifications, your brain starts expecting that level of input constantly. And when it doesn't get it, it feels like something's missing. That's why normal things start to feel boring. That's why sitting still feels completely uncomfortable. And that's why focusing on one thing feels harder than it used to. It's not that your attention span's completely broken, it's just trained in a different direction. Think of it like this: if you eat super sugary food all the time, regular food starts to taste bland and not good. Not because it is bland, but because your brain got used to something more intense and tastier. The more you stack it, the more you need to just feel normal. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but what's the big deal? It's just my phone. But it goes deeper than that. When you can't be alone with your own thoughts, you start avoiding your own mind. And that has consequences. You don't process things properly. You don't reflect. You don't get those quiet moments where you figure stuff out. And that's where a lot of clarity comes from. Also, this constant stimulation makes everything even feel less enjoyable because real life isn't as fast or as intense as a constant stream of content. So normal moments start to feel dull, even though they're not. You just train your brain to expect more. And maybe the biggest one, creativity starts to drop. Because creativity doesn't come from constant input, it comes from space, from boredom, from letting your mind wander without being interrupted every 5 seconds. So yeah, it just isn't about using your phone less. It's about your ability to just be back in the presence. Here's the part people don't like hearing. You're going to feel bored. There's no way around it. When you stop flooding your brain with stimulation constantly, it's going to feel like something's wrong, like you're missing out, or like you should be doing something. That feeling, that's not a problem. That's the reset. See, your brain is constantly used to the input, and whenever you stop, it panics a little bit. But if you push through that, that's when things start to completely change. The biggest mistake people make is going all in, deleting every app, trying to become super disciplined overnight. And that is whenever you burn out in about 2 days. That's not how this works. You don't need to remove stimulation. You need to change your relationship with it. So start small. Pick one moment in your day and remove stimulation from it. Just one. Maybe it's either eating, no phone, no video, just eat and focus on that. Or maybe it's the first 10 minutes after you wake up. Don't grab your phone immediately. Just sit there, wake up, let the brain exist for a second. Or even something as simple as sitting in your car for 5 minutes before going inside. No music, no scrolling, just nothing. Looking around at the clouds, maybe. But that's it. At first, it's going to feel pointless. Your brain will keep reaching for something, but that's exactly the point here. You're breaking the automatic habit. Think of boredom like a muscle. Right now, it's weak. You haven't used it. So even a little bit feels uncomfortable. But the more you practice being unstimulated, the easier it actually gets. And eventually, something flips. Silence doesn't feel awkward anymore. It feels calm. You start noticing your thoughts more clearly. You start thinking deeper instead of just reacting. And weirdly enough, you start enjoying the simple things in life again. Because your brain isn't overstimulated all the time. Instead of saying, I'm quitting social media, try this. I'm going to choose when I use it. Set simple boundaries. No phone while eating, no scrolling before bed, no checking your phone right when you wake up. These aren't extreme, they're realistic expectations, and they slowly shift you from being reactive to being intentional. Because right now, most people don't choose stimulation, they're just defaulted to it. The goal is to flip that. If you just remove stimulation, your brain is going to look for something to replace it with. So give it something better. Go for a walk without your phone. Sit outside. Write your thoughts down. Think. Not in a forced way, and just let your mind wander. These things might sound boring, but that's where the value is. Because you're giving your brain space again. If you stick with this, here's what starts to happen. Your focus improves. You can actually sit down and do something without checking your phone constantly. Your anxiety starts to drop because your brain isn't being bombarded all the time with stuff. You feel more present, like you're actually experiencing things instead of half paying attention to everything in life. And the biggest one, you don't feel the need to escape every quiet moment. You're just okay in the presence. At the end of the day, this isn't about becoming something monk who never uses their phone. That's not realistic, and it's not necessary. It's about balance, about getting to a point where you can enjoy stimulation again without needing it to just feel normal, where silence isn't something you avoid, but something you're completely comfortable with. So, pretty much, don't overthink it. Don't try to change everything all at once. Just start with one moment, one small break from the noise, and let your brain slowly start to adjust. Because once you stop needing constant stimulation, everything starts feeling better. Music sounds better, videos feel more enjoyable, life itself feels more real, and you realize you didn't need all that noise in the first place. You just forgot what it felt without it.